Welcome you all. Tom Whiteside over here. I think you all know or have spent countless emails back and forth with Tom. Notified me about a half hour ago that he's lost his voice, so I have to do this. And he's a much better speaker than I am, so I'm going to apologize here on the front end. Come back next year, and Tom will be back in shape. But thank you all. First thing, my name is Nick Denby. I work at the foundation, the Director of Development, so Tom works on my team, as does Anthony Frasco right there. And these guys are on our Team Livestrong Endurance group. So all the runs here in New York and LA and the various other runs that we have. And we also have our Livestrong Challenge events that we do in several cities a year. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, I love this this group. I mean, Tom and Anthony, of course, but the folks that come and do these big events with us, I think it symbolizes everything we are about, everything that we want to be about a foundation. We're a small group in Austin, Texas. There are only 80 so employees, and we want to have a global reach. The only way to do that is to have people like yourselves join our team. And so from the bottom of my heart, I know I'm speaking for Tom and Anthony and Colleen, who's in LA at the LA event. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. 6 people on the team, raised as of Thursday, $120,917. I mean, it's truly shocking. So thank you. You guys are amazing. My friend Bridget over there, who did a great job, and everyone else. We have 4 individuals I want to call out here who are the top fundraisers. And if you are here, please raise your hand. I know Amy is here. She was our second highest in well done. Hallie Nickel, by any chance, she's here, or Angie Saturino. They're both at $3,400, and the top guy, Kenny Toronto. He came in at about 10 grand, so he was. It's hard to beat that, but you guys have just done an amazing job. Thank you. There are a couple things I'd love for you all to take home with you. And one is really what Livestrong means to us at the foundation and to folks that we work with. You know, at Livestrong, we provide direct service to people who are fighting cancer, and we empower them to take action. And if you've been diagnosed with cancer, and I know several of you have, I hope you've taken advantage of the navigation services that we provide. I strongly feel, I know I'm biased because I live and work in Austin with the foundation. I think we provide exceptional direct service to people who need help today. And I think that differentiates Livestrong from a lot of other cancer charities out there. If you need help, we're going to help you today. And we're going to try to empower you to take action to help everyone else that needs help. And taking action is this ethereal, can be this ethereal notion, but you're doing that today. And that to us is the best way to extend the Livestrong mission to all of the folks that need our help. And there are a lot of individuals that need our help. And cancer is the #1 cause of death in the world today. The #1 cause of death. And at Livestrong, we think that is unacceptable. There are 28 million survivors, and that number is growing. And that means we need to be here for those people. I want to bring up an individual who's got a great story. She's sitting right over there. If she's okay, are you up? Looks absolutely beautiful. Nail polish on. But she's going to come up. Her name is Ashley Stearns. I did not write that down correctly. But she's going to run tomorrow.
Oh, no.
No? Okay. So that's 2 things I've gotten wrong. This is why But I do think her name is Ashley, and she does have fingernails on. And if you are able to come up, we would love to hear from you for a few minutes. And then I'm going to come back just for a second. But if you've got it in you, we'd love to hear from you. Do you need my notes for anything?
No.
You're not correct.
No, I just wanted to take this opportunity to, well, first of all, thank you, Tom, for letting me come and join you guys on this weekend and everything. I mean, I knew this was gonna happen. happen, but I know I'd be mad at myself, but I take the opportunity to tell you guys how much LiveStrong literally is my life. I mean, it kept me sane. It's been a long 5 months, and you know, some days are hard, just as hard as it was when I was getting treatment, but I've adored Lance Armstrong and LiveStrong, you know, for years. I think, you know, I'm 23, so it's I know you had said it's a lonely place and it's a lonely feeling at times, but I found so much strength in your organization. I mean, I love life. I always have. I love it even more. And so just to be able to have, you know, a community of people that I've never met until now, and there's so many other people out there that, you know, are fighting for each other and giving you the hope and the strength. And like you guys say, you're giving hope to people that need it the most. And you know, I had a good support group, a great support group with my family, my friends, but just to know that there are thousands, millions of people out there that, you know, are, you know, supporting each other, and to have the same mentality that, you know, you're gonna keep fighting and you're gonna live life the way you want, it means the world to me. And so having read, you know, both of Lance's books and everything, that really, like I said, kept me sane. And I wear my LiveStrong bracelet proudly. You know, the message is just, I want to, like what you guys want to do. You want to get it out there and let people know that, you know, you're not alone, and that you want to help people as much as you can. I'm a big believer in things happening for a reason, and I know that, you know, once I kind of get myself situated and, you know, get through the next few months of recovering and everything, I want to help other people so badly, because it's important, and cancer needs to be put in its place, and people need to, get stronger. And I know with such a big community such as LiveStrong that it's possible, you know. So I really wanted to say thank you. Like I said, I knew I was gonna cry, and you know, but there's a lot of emotions. Everyone that goes through it, you know, whether it's you personally fighting it or you know someone else, you know, it's a lot of tears, good and bad, but these are good tears. And I just want to say thank you, and LiveStrong, keep doing all the work that you do. You have no idea how much, you know, it means to people. I know you know the support that you give people means a lot, but I figured you want to hear it from one more person, that your work is so amazing, and you know, just keep doing that. So that's really it.
Yeah, that always reminds me of, I get to meet a lot of people in the work that I do at LiveStrong, and there's a question I get often that I truly love, and it's sometimes we run into individuals who are unfamiliar with what we do, or on the fence with regard to, you know, do they want to get involved with LiveStrong or not, and so they ask me, why should I either donate my time or the financial resources to your organization? Why should I do that? There are 6,000 other cancer charities in this country, not to mention the other 1 million charities that are in this country. And you know, we provide direct service, we talk about that, we talk about the advocacy work that we do. But for me, it comes down to one thing. I mean, when you hear that you've been diagnosed with cancer, you know, it is a traumatic event. You don't need me to tell you that. But so often, individuals, regardless of how strong you think you are, you need that harbor in the tempest. And that, for me, is what LiveStrong does. And I hear that all the time from individuals like Ashley. We're there for you, and we'll always be there for you. We'll always be there if cancer survivors need us. And the only way we can reach a lot of people is if everyone in this room joins our movement, and you have, and we're so very thankful for that. Last year, the Community Impact Project was something that we started to allow our supporters and participants to choose where we were going to have programs. It was wildly successful. We're going to do it again this year, and we have an individual who is going to talk to you today about one of those community impact programs, impact project programs that we have. Now, I understand Virginia's not here from Austin.
Virginia's not from Austin.
Okay, so Robin's going to be here. She's the director of the Creative Center here in New York City. The Creative Center was one of the programs that we had. We had 2 others, and we won't go into those. They're called Super Sibs and Cancer Transitions. They're on our website in the programmatic section. But Robin, if you would you mind, please?
are from New York, I'm really glad you're here because I want you to know a little bit about the Creative Center. I'm a survivor myself, diagnosed in 1992, so it's a long time. And for those of you who are going through it now, let me tell you, it's a long journey, but we're all still here. Every minute matters, and that's what the Creative Center is about. We started in 1994, after I was finished with treatment, and the whole idea behind the Creative Center is to give people the opportunity to discover their own creative resources as they meet the challenges of illness. We started out in cancer. We're a tiny, tiny little bit in other illnesses because, quite frankly, our programs have gotten so much attention that we have cardiologists calling us, and we have geriatricians calling us, and we're expanding a little bit. But what we do here in New York is three things. We have a free of charge program every day of the week in visual, performing, and literary arts, where people can come with a community of other cancer survivors and create art. We're not art therapists. We don't talk about the cancer. It comes up. It's who we are. But we're really there to provide top-notch arts instruction. That's what happened when we first started. About 6 years after that, participants started to come to me and say, you know, I wish I had this when I was in the hospital, because the hospital, oh my God, I had a BMT, bone marrow transplant. I was in for 4 months. It's so boring. Or, you know, the chemo takes 6 hours to drip through my arm, and I can't look at that fish tank any longer. It's so boring. Or after I was finished with my treatment, that was the scariest time. And I'm really glad that you had the Creative Center for me to go to, but the scariest part was when I was in treatment. So why don't you bring it to the hospitals? So we started doing that, and right now we are in 23 hospital sites in New York. We have artists that we train very specially to work with people in radiation, in the waiting areas, in chemotherapy while people are being infused. One hospital, for instance, has an artist full-time as part of the team, every day of the week in infusion, every day of the week in radiation. We have artists who also work inpatient as well, so we're all over New York. LIVESTRONG, and I knew them when they were just Lance Armstrong Foundation, and for Ashley, I like saying Lance Armstrong Foundation also. I got used to LIVESTRONG, but it slips out every once in a while. When LIVESTRONG was Lance Armstrong Foundation, I applied for a grant for the Creative Center. We actually got 2 other small grants. The first one was for a dance project. We're in New York, we're all about arts. We're not about physical strength and endurance, but I had to spin that grant to get it. And I said we were going to prove that after a year of classes, people were going to increase their strength, increase their endurance, increase their flexibility, and we did all that. What LAF, Lance Armstrong Foundation, didn't realize was that we were going to produce a Broadway-level production, which we did, because we hired Bob Fosse's choreographer to choreograph. We had a set designer, we had a costume designer, we had a composer. And this piece was performed at a venue in New York called The Kitchen, and it was filmed, and it is still on the LIVESTRONG website. I can't remember what section, but you can still find a little clip. 2 years later, they had a grant out there for advocacy and self-advocacy. And I went back, I'm a really good grant writer, and I said, you know what, LIVESTRONG, you did such an amazing job featuring photographs of people living with cancer. You can click and hear their story, but we're the Creative Center. We want to put the cameras in the hands of the survivors themselves and teach them how to advocate for themselves. But my main mission was to teach them how to be photographers. So we had this great project. It really became a world-class project. The actual exhibition traveled for more than 2 years around the country. There was a book published that we did not publish. The leading photographer of social activism and photography published the book. It's called Still Life, Documenting Cancer Survivorship. It's on our website. You can purchase it. And that book is in museums all over the country. And then what happened was I wanted LIVESTRONG to know how much we cared about their initial funding. We took that photography project and we kept spinning it. We now call it Visual Diaries, and we run it once a year. And it's a great project. People come together. Sometimes we do it just for young survivors. Sometimes we do it for everybody. And we actually hired Lynn Redgrave's daughter, Lynn Redgrave, the actress who died this year. Her daughter, when she was in college, her name is Annabelle Clark, photographed her mother going through her treatment and her survivorship. And we hired Annabelle to run the program and design the curriculum with us. So I actually emailed my old program officer and said, listen, Priya, listen, you know, all the people who I had known. It turned out those people didn't work at LIVESTRONG anymore. And this wonderful young man, Jordan Parks, emailed me back and he said, I'm not your program officer. I don't know anything about you. And I said, let me tell you.